What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Keeper Reet YouTube channel and to another episode with your boy J Scott Drifts and the AU Falcon. It's a beautiful Saturday day down here in Melbourne, Victoria. Trent and Kat down at Checker Tuning have offered us this morning to take our RB20 AU ute down to the dyno and tune her up, try and make some powers. So if you're not aware, this is our old drift school ute, AU Falcon, and we slapped an RB20 in it. Oof. That's spice. So it's an RB20 DE Neo out of an early model R34. It's got a solid lifter head, VCT 2 litre. We have replaced the bottom end internals with RB20 turbo crank rods and pistons with fresh rings and bearings because we had some dramas with the bottom end. Yeah, go for it. Oh. Maybe it's because the bearings are being lubricated with water. I'm just digging out rod cap and bearing out of the stump.
See that bolt? That's not supposed to be exposed.
What happened, TJ? We're back and we're ready to go. Got your boy Tarly behind the camera.
I haven't woken up yet, but alright.
We're still waking up. Tarly's coming down to watch his baby throw some rods on the dyno.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a good time. All the trailers are being used by other Reets, so we're going to be driving this thing there and back. It's got full rego, so cross your toes. We're not going to be walking home. We'll go hit the United, fill her up with some E85 and head on down. Let's do it. Oh, also hit the like button too. Yeah, that'd be good. Cheers.
Yeah.
Let's go, boys.
12 seconds later.
We broke down already. Just kidding, we're fucking getting fuel. Got him!
Getting some of that core.
How's she feel so far?
Sounds good on gate. With the extra spring pressure I put in the wastegate, it wants to hit all the boost now. Yeah, it's just on gate pressure, which is good. Can't flog it too much.
Everything else sounds sharp.
Yeah, she's a bumpy ride. Exhaust is hitting the body of the car, so I need to fix that. But we're chugging along, pretty good. Be good to get her on the dyno, get the VCT turned on, get a bit more response.
I reckon she'll make some ponies.
Yeah, it feels good.
Feeling it now compared to before.
Feels good. Feels promising. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers, guys. Hit that.
Well, TJ's going to be like piggybacking me home. Go, boy, go! Also, after you guys seen this thing last, did a bit of a exhaust 4-inch section on it on the rear. Didn't get time, but it sticks out a little bit far. It's got to come back. So it's a work in progress. Jason's real upset about it, but next week we'll shorten her a bit. She's a wee bit long, a bit stanky, but ish.
If you haven't seen this paint before, he'll tell you all about it. It's something like a Zeralic or something.
Nailed it.
It's so shiny. He hasn't stopped talking about it since he painted it. He hasn't even stopped talking about it since before he painted it.
That's Zeralic blue.
That's a Zeralic blue.
That's pearl.
You want to know who painted that?
You don't have to ask him, he'll tell you.
J Scott Drifts painted that. Can you see how, did I mention how shiny it is? Wow, whoever did that did a fucking good job.
Accurate, that's me all the time.
I don't know how to say it, but fuck, it looks good.
I don't know. What about this polish job? Ooh. You want to know who polished? Oh, what happened? You want to know who polished this? That was your boy.
TJ Drifts.
TJ Drifts. Where are we, TJ?
We are at Checker Tuning, and the owner is not here because we were early for once in our lives.
We were 5 minutes early. I thought we were going to be late because my alarms didn't go off. But... Quick bonnet art check.
No.
Where you going, Tyler?
You know what's better than a burger?
Nah, fill us in.
Crispy burger. Just down there, you find yourself a wild crispy burger served by two fine young women, and that's where I'm going. You should come with.
Always eating. Hi, Kat.
Hey!
Thanks for letting us come in.
That's all good.
Alrighty. The AU is bolted on the dyno. We're here with Trent. There you go, mate. Oh, there he is.
Very good.
Thanks for squeezing us in.
Nah, it's all good. Got to be done.
Hopefully we can get some laps in this thing next Friday.
Oh, awesome. So I get to drive it, do I?
Yeah, bloody oath, mate. Come down, throw some laps.
I can't drive.
Maybe we'll get your wife in.
Yeah, put my wife in. I had all the gear and no idea.
So we're revving it to 11k.
Apparently, so we're actually going to clean the floor with the internals of this engine.
I reckon.
No, hopefully not. I really don't want to do that.
Fingers crossed all goes well with the Link ECU.
No, it should be good.
Yeah.
Good ECU.
Bloody oath.
Got a wideband in there so we can keep what's going on as well. So,
Hopefully everything behaves.
bit of safety.
All the pistons
Oh.
and rods inside the motor
Yes.
would be
That'd be ideal. Alright, let's do it. Fingers crossed. Alright. It's got the setup done. So now we're going to try to do a run. Wastegate pressure, we should be about 10 psi. Let's see what happens. Alright, everything was going suspiciously too well and we're ready to do power pulls. And as you got up to 5k RPM, the CAS trigger signal is dropping out. We're losing sync. So we've just put on a new crank angle sensor that I Uber packaged from Osaka Imports. Will it work? I'm gonna take that as a no. That sounded the same. Alrighty, update. Unfortunately, still having trigger issues. We rerun all the, just roughly ran new wires for the crank angle sensor. Tried lots and lots of different things. We've spent hours on it and we're still just getting the trigger signal falling off or dropping out at higher RPMs, which is really, really frustrating. So I think we're just gonna have to go to a aftermarket trigger setup. The factory crank angle sensors are pretty intense, like 360 degrees worth of trigger the ECU has to read, where we can change it to a 12 or 24 minus one tooth setup. I think you can buy the wheels that go inside the factory crank angle sensor, and the ECU will have an easier time recognizing it and stop dropping out on us. So he's tuning as much as he can for today. Sounds pretty cool. And yeah, she'll be driving. We'll just have to fix the trigger for the higher RPMs. Wow, that concludes today down here at Checker Tuning. Thanks a lot, Trent. You want to hear some notes, boys? That's the compressor surge.
testing those brakes.
And have no brakes. Alright, we're back from the dyno. The car is still running. It's a good sign. All the rods are still inside. The motor seems really healthy, but yeah, unfortunately had that issue with the trigger dropping out. I spoke to a few people, and including Link ECU themselves and some other people that have had similar dramas, and yeah, it just seems to be a real common issue with these RB optical sensor, crank angle sensor things. They got 360 degrees worth of little holes it tries to look through, and it's very easy for it to get out of whack and cause grief. Hence why Ross Performance and a few others make trigger replacement kits for these things. You get trigger issues. We've never experienced it before, but there's a first for everything, and it is a very common issue. So there's a lot of aftermarket trigger kits for the RB engines out there. Fortunately for us, Ross Performance, who are already supporting the build with the Gangster Balancer, they're sending out the rest of the missing pieces to replace the crank angle sensor and have a Hall effect trigger 24 teeth thang. Replace that and put another sensor down on the balancer, because that balancer does have a trigger tooth wheel on it. So yeah, it's going to be pretty spicy. Running a sensor on the crank and the cam allows you to actually view any belt stretch as you start revving the car higher and making more power. That's going to be here in 2 days, which is so I'm going to slap that on, turn the limiter up to the moon, and go give her a flogging down the street, and fingers crossed it's all sweet. Set up some safeties in the ECU. The tune's majorly done. Shout out to the guys at Checker Tuning. Trent for doing what he could with the issue. Definitely needs to go back on the dyno and raise the limiter and double check over some things, but we're still going to give it a flogging as is once we fix the trigger. So still want to drive this thing this Friday at the Friday Night Drifts. Fingers crossed. Hey! Hey! the attitude changes. We're just filming an Instagram video and it's so professional. I can say what I want. I tidied up the wiring in the footwell and finished all that back up again, and started running some wires off our factory trigger, because thanks to the boys at Ross Performance, we now have a trigger kit. So we hit them up, we said, having issues with the factory crank angle sensor, we've already got your balancer on there with the trigger wheel. Would be keen to do the trigger kit and have the spiciest trigger ever. This will replace the crank angle sensor, hopefully fixes our issue, and we can rev this thing. So 10k RPM coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and install it. You basically run your 1 degree or your first trigger wire to one of the sensors, and then your 120 degree to your other sensor, and set it up in the Link software, and fingers crossed we'll be Gucci. We got that. This goes where the factory crank angle sensor was, and then this bolts to your camshaft, and that will spin inside there. Obviously a sensor will mount on that, and then this one mounts underneath up into your sump, into your 2 sump bolts, and a sensor mounts there and reads the trigger wheel on the back of the balancer. That's straightforward. The Ross Performance goodies are installed. So we've got the cam angle sensor there and the crank one underneath the balancer. Super easy to install. Set it up in the Link ECU, and yeah, she's alive. And it's fixed. The problem's fixed. She can hit 8k now, which is what the limit is set to at the moment, 8100. Big plans for this thing to rev to the moon, but we'll be doing that when we go back to the dyno and finish the tune. We're gonna go hit the streets and give it a fat burn, see what she can do. We'll give you a quick lemmy just to prove that the problem is fixed, and it sounds We took the stickers off. We got new stickers from Dyno, Blink Designs, and we chucked some different wheels on there. Got the truck set up, yo. Got some good ride 235 Sport RS's. Oof. Something we had laying around, but Jason's on the phone to Corey right now because I sent him a photo and he's like, it looks shit. Put different wheels on it. Even though I told him I was putting these wheels on it, and if I put any of his better wheels on it, he'd be pulling them straight off to put on one of his other cars. So I put these on it, and now he's telling me they're shit, but whatever. They're not works.
Jesse's tune-ups. That's loud.
That wasn't 8K.
That was still loud. My ears hurt.
What are you doing, man?
I have no idea if the microphone just
That's
like
8K, baby.
so loud.
Woo! 8K! I want 10. Should we go 10 right now?
Quick tune-up.
Take 2 with the wheels. Looks alright. It's more of the blacked out look, I guess. It's a bit boring. Maybe I preferred the other wheels. I don't know. It's not my decision. We got some stickers on their way, but yeah, time to go for a drive and make sure she isn't having any trigger issues under load, which I doubt it is, and hit some boost, because why not? Let's do it. Should have forgot to bleed the handbrake while it was on the hoist. She makes some cool noises.
That's so loud in here.
Yep. The compressor surge is pretty violent when you're on power. Definitely. Try and rev her out a bit. Oh, this thing's stupid. Man, it still feels godless.
It revs for a long time.
Yeah. Still just doesn't pull. Obviously, the tune's not finished. You can only expect so much. Like Trent was saying, an extra 3 degrees is definitely going to help. Yeah. It's an unfinished tune, so yeah. But we're still unsure whether that manifold and turbo setup is the right setup for this motor. So we might have to change it, we might not.
It is so loud. Like the compressor surge is so loud.
Sounds like a good way to fucking blow up turbo. It's just, yeah, that turbo's not it.
Nah.
It doesn't even want to rev. It's like the turbo's. I don't understand what's going on. The compressor surge means the turbo's making too much boost for the motor to take in, with too much response. So the motor's not eating the air. But it feels like it's restricting the motor as well, somehow. Interesting. Might need bigger cans so we can let more air in and out of the motor. Adjust the exhaust cam gear a little bit, adjust the VCT maybe. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't go thrash it for a night of drifting because the tune's not finished, but that wouldn't be keeper E style. We're back. Coolant temps are actually really good. The second fan's set to come on at 85 degrees and the car doesn't see over 85 degrees. AU thermos, baby. And of course the Phoenix radiator. Cheeky plug. That concludes this dyno video, aka first vlog video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss when we take this thing back to the dyno and feed it more of the good stuff, aka boost. Thanks for watching. I think we need a bigger turbo or something. Maybe it just needs to go back on the dyno, but the surge is intense and it needs more power. But we'll see if it does a skid. Maybe we'll raise the limit to 9K so we can just stay in boost for longer. Anyway, till next time.
Trying to hurt you. I'm about to make him disappear. I don't wanna see no tears. This is only the beginning. Losing is my only fear. Take some time away from my peers. Started working hard for my career. Now it's safe to say a loud and clear. Yeah, I'm the rookie of the year.